Hi sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a 20-minute session devoted to the equinox. So equinox is Latin for equal night, which means there's equal parts of day and equal parts of night. So the idea is that there's balance, and it's also Libra season, so it's very much in the space of the heart. So we're working with the heart chakra and we're working with the root chakra. Those are elements where you want to feel really grounded and stable, but still move through your heart space. So relationships, compassion, kindness, that's the kind of things that we'll be more inclined to feel and focus on. And also during this time, it's really important that you focus on what you have gratitude for, what you're grateful for, as opposed to what you don't. So for instance, instead of focusing on what you don't have, just focus on what you do have. Especially as this is the time where it's starting to shift from summer to fall and eventually winter. This might be a time of year that people are more inclined to feel like a little bit of in between missing what they were able to do during the summer and also anticipating the holidays. And even though there's a lot of excitement and joy from that, sometimes those times can be stressful for people. And so this is just kind of an opportunity to get into a good heart space with yourself and the people in your life and just focus on that. The body parts that would be wise to focus on for their health are your kidneys and your lower back. Your kidneys are at the lower part of your back. We'll be doing a few things in this class to kind of help strengthen that space and also just kind of mobilize it and get the blood flowing. All that being said, whenever you're ready, join me on your mat. Start with me at the front of your mat. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. That's a mouthful. Roll your shoulders down and back. Really root through your feet. Per usual, we're starting in mountain pose. Palms towards the front, shoulders down and back. Engage everything here. So hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Clench your glutes, clench your quads, your hamstrings, calves, shins, biceps, triceps, pecs. Everything here is active. Not only are we rooting through per usual, but we are connecting with our root chakra today a little bit. And release. Shake it out. Go ahead and face the front of your mat. Once again, feet hip width distance apart. Roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale to press the airway, chin to chest. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Gently lean back. Exhale, press the airway, chin to chest. This time, clasp both hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulder blades down and back. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, gently lean back as much as feels safe for you. Really activating our heart chakra and our root chakra, rooting through our feet and opening through our heart. Inhale here. Exhale to rise. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, gently bend through your knees, hinge from your hips, and lower your torso down to your thighs for a nice little forward fold with an extension and opening of your heart. Let your head hang and get heavy here. Really make sure that you're bent enough into your knees for your torso to rest on your thigh. If that looks like this, that's totally fine. And release your hands down towards the mat. Shake them out. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms to shins, flat back. Shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, press palms to the mat. And we'll step back into our vinyasa. So first, come into your plank. Hold your plank here to root through your hands and your feet. Inhale here. Exhale your version of chaturanga, so knees or not. And on your inhale, we're going to actually hold our upward facing dog. Tuck your tailbone here to protect your lower back, open through your heart, and gaze up as much as feels comfortable for you. Really opening and expanding our heart. And exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Option to bend into one knee and the other if that feels good for you. Stay nice and long through your spine, biceps towards the front of the room. Root it through your hands. All right. Inhale, raise your right leg up and back for three-legged dog. On your exhale, step it through, low lunge. Rotate your back heel about a 45-degree angle. Inhale to lengthen through your spine and exhale to rise for your warrior one. So you want to tuck your tailbone. Your hip flexor is getting a nice stretch here. And stay bent in your front leg. Option to extend arms above your head. Maybe rotate your pinkies towards one another to create space in your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, bring your arms back and down behind you. Interlace your fingers. Draw your hands down and back. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, open here through your heart. Just breathe into your space in your throat and your heart chakra. Inhale, gently rise. On your exhale, we're going to lower our torsos as much as feels comfortable for humble warrior. So you might be all the way down here with me. You may not. And draw your hands towards the sky. Shoulders down and away from your ears. And just sinking your heart towards the earth. A few breaths here. Inhale to rise. Both arms above your head, warrior one. Exhale, plant both hands on the ground and step it back for your plank. Let's hold our plank here. Really root through your hands, root through your toes. Hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Inhale here. Exhale, lower to your version of chaturanga. And then inhale, we're going to hold it in our upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your tailbone here. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Open through your heart. Breathe into that space. One more breath here. Tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back on your exhale. Then go ahead and walk out your dog here a little bit. Just to catch our breath. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Nice and rooted into your hands. Biceps towards the front of the room. Long through your spine. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Rotate your back heel at a 45-degree angle. Inhale to lengthen here through your spine, and on your exhale, rise for warrior one on the left. So draw your left hip back and your right hip forward, and you want to draw your tailbone down so you're really opening into your hip flexor on your right leg. Pinkies towards one another here to create space in your shoulders. Once again, draw your shoulders down and back. Inhale to lengthen your arms. On your exhale, let your arms float behind you. Interlace your fingers. Opposite clasp this time. Draw your hands away from you towards the ground. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, stay bent in that front knee as you gently lean back as much as feels comfortable for you. Opening your heart. Breathing into that space. Rooting through your feet. Feeling the strength of foundation beneath you. Feeling the openness of your heart. Inhale to rise. On your exhale, gently shift your torso forward and come to your humble warrior. So wherever your torso rests, allow that space. Ideally, somewhere on the inside of your left thigh. Draw your heart towards the earth. Still rooting through your feet, connecting these spaces, connecting your breath. Inhale to rise. Release your hands, shake them out. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. On your exhale, press your hands down towards the earth and step back for your plank. Hold your plank here. Root through your hands, root through your feet. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, heart towards the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your tailbone to protect your lower back, as we're going to spend a few extra moments here to really open through our heart chakra and ground through our feet. And tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back on your exhale. Nice down dog here. Maybe rock it back and forth to create space. Walk your fingers, shift your weight. Feel the weight in your feet. Feel it grounding you here. And gently lower your knees towards the ground and come into your tabletop. Get nice and grounded into your knees, into your hands. Your hands are beneath both shoulders. Your knees are beneath both hips. Well, we really only have one set of hips, but you know what I mean. We're going to do a few cat-cows here. So tuck your toes. On your inhale, open your heart, raise your hips, and gaze up. Really lengthen through your spine here. Draw the crown of your head towards your seat and your seat towards the crown of your head. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. And exhale, press the earth away, round through your spine. Tailbone pointing down towards the ground, rounding through your neck and your upper back, drawing your navel in, activating your core. Inhale, open your heart, raise your hips. Crown of your head towards your hips, hips to crown of your head. Exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest, navel to spine. Round through your upper back, round through your neck. Draw your navel in, tailbone towards the ground. And release. Shift your weight back to your heels. Guide your knees to the width of the mat. Inhale to lengthen here through your spine. On your exhale, gently walk yourself forward to come into your child's pose. Extend your arms out away from you if that feels good. Draw your forehead to your mat and breathe into the space of the length of your spine. As you inhale, feel your hips rise away from your feet. And as you exhale, feel your hips get heavier towards your feet. Feel your ribs expand and contract. And gently walk your hands back towards you. Come into a tabletop, but then extend your legs out away from you, and we're going to come down to the ground on our tummies. We're going to come into bow pose. So get nice and ready. So before we come into bow pose, we're going to do a little bit of activation here, okay? So keep your hands here next to your shoulders and lift your legs off the ground. And lower. Lift your legs. Your pelvic bone is going into the earth. And release. And one more time, lift your legs, pelvic bone into the earth. And release. Lower your heart towards the ground and extend your hands away from you. Chin to the earth. Inhale, rise through your chest. Exhale, release. Inhale to rise through your chest. Maybe get a little more length here. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, rise through your chest. And exhale, let it go. Now, we're going to move on to bow pose. So bend your knees. Your feet should come close to your bum. Take your hands and either you could do the outer edges of your feet, you could do your ankles, whatever feels comfortable for you. And here we go. So inhale, exhale, and then inhale to rise. So you're drawing your feet away from you. You're pressing into your hips, shoulder blades down and back. Open through your heart and maybe gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Really strengthening, really pulling your feet away. And gently lower your heart down towards the ground. Release your feet, let your knees extend long. Press your hands near your shoulders. Press yourself up and come into your child's pose again. So knees width of the mat. Extend your heart forward to the ground. Let your forehead come to your mat. If you need to brace your forehead with your hands, option to do so. Really lengthen through your spine here. Feeling the weight of your hips on your exhale. Feeling your forehead, your third eye pressing into the ground on your inhale. And gently walk your hands back towards yourself. Bring your knees back in towards one another. Shift your weight to the left and extend your legs out ahead. If you drifted very far back on your mat, join me in walking yourself more towards the front. We're going to come into a nice seated forward fold. So activate your legs here. Press your hamstrings into the ground. So activating your quads. Flex into your feet. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Draw your navel in. And on your exhale, gently hinge from your hips. And start to lower yourself mindfully on each breath. So inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale to let your torso get heavier. Let your heart come towards your legs. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Honor wherever you're at. Do your best to try to have as much of a straight back as possible, but obviously as soon as you start getting deeper into the stretch, you will start to round a little bit. Just be mindful of that and breathe into any points of tension or space. Inhale to gently rise all the way back up. We're going to do a nice seated spinal twist. So I'll face you because otherwise I feel like this might be a little awkward. So left knee bends into a nice little figure four, and your right foot comes to the outside of your left knee. Brace your right knee temporarily with your right hand. Inhale, left arm up and high. Exhale, crease of your elbow to the outside of your knee. Inhale, right arm up and back. Exhale, gently gaze over your right shoulder for this nice spinal twist here. So every inhale is an opportunity to lengthen through your spine and realign your posture, and every exhale is an opportunity to maybe twist a little bit deeper. And if that doesn't feel good, then don't push yourself. We only ever want to go 80%. Gradually it will come with time. But if you force yourself too much, your body will seize up, and that's where injuries happen. So let's be mindful and considerate of ourselves during this time. And gently release. Help your right leg out away from you. Extend it out. Extend both legs out. Shake them out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bend your right leg, figure four. Take your left foot just on the outside of your right knee, if possible. Lengthen through your spine. Now both sides are going to be a little different from each other, and that's okay. Just do the best from where you're at. So bracing your left leg with your left arm here first. Inhale, right arm out and up. Exhale, crease of the elbow to the outside of your knee. Inhale to lengthen here through your spine. And exhale to get nice and heavy in your sit bones. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bring left arm behind you The base of your palm should actually be quite close to your seat. I should have mentioned that on the other side. Inhale here, exhale to gaze over your left shoulder. A nice spinal twist, balancing out both sides of the body. No one side is good or bad. They just are. And we just honor the space that they're in. Doing our best to create balance. Every inhale is an option to lengthen through your spine, and exhale is an option to deepen your twist. And gently release. Let it go. Shake your legs out. Join me in our nice, easy seat. Get nice and long through your spine. You can grab a bolster or a block to sit up on that if that helps you create a little bit of length in your spine and your hips. Roll your shoulders down and back. Sit nice and tall, palms towards the sky. And gently close your eyes here. Root through your seat. Feeling the space we've created in our bodies. Bringing awareness to the here and now in our breath. Thinking about what intentions we set earlier in the year and seeing if anything is seeming to fall into place, and allow space for it to do so, to continue to do so. Inhale both arms out and up. Press hands together, bring them to heart center. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, gently hinge from your hips. Bow to yourself and thank yourself for honoring and giving yourself this time to connect with your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. I hope you really enjoyed that class and got a lot out of it. I hope you feel a little bit more grounded and connected to your heart, and take this energy that you connected with, this space of your heart, and a sense of balance and focus and ease into your day, but also into your relationships with yourself and with others, to really have compassion and hold space for yourself and them. It just makes the world a lot more peaceful of a place. So if you really like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you feel like anybody else would benefit, then go ahead and share it. And I guess all until next time, have a beautiful rest of your day, and namaste.